And welcome back. This is Eventually Late. I'm your host, Brent Carlson. Well, the new trend of ladies' night at gun ranges all across the country has picked up steam after thousands of gun-toting ladies are enjoying themselves in, quote, fellowship through firearms. The only concern, according to the many husbands who are not invited, is the 7-drink minimum required to gain entrance to the night. Yeah, I've seen too many Cops episodes to make that work. Well, with the new clientele, gun ranges are attempting to shuck their historical reputation of being unwelcoming to the female customer base, while many of the newcomers are even referring to the ranges as, quote, Top Golf for guns. Although the neighboring apartment complexes have noted that the big, tall nets are proving ineffective. Yeah, I don't know if it works like that. Big holes in it. Well, the gun ranges have not only helped to rekindle old-time friendships, but have finally been able to bridge the centuries-old racial divide between old white men and young black women. I don't know what they're planning there. Well, if you've been waiting out either Martin Short or Meryl Streep for a relationship, you might as well get back on your Tinder because the two famous actors are in love and are officially off the market. Streep remarked that she, quote, couldn't help but fall for him. And while the couple says they are not having regular sex, they do enjoy spending time stretching each other's face. And before we go any further, we just want to be sure and remind everyone to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you'll never miss another episode of Eventually Late. We are also now releasing the show in podcast form, where you don't even have to look at me anymore. You can just listen. Well, San Francisco is rolling out its, quote, equitable speeding ticket system, where how much you make determines what you will pay if and when you ever pick up a speeding ticket or other minor traffic violation. Now, while the highest income earners will pay the full regular fee on any traffic ticket, those that are homeless may get up to an 80% discount if caught speeding in their car. So, in California, if you get caught speeding in your house, it'll only cost you $20. Seems reasonable. Well, just because O.J. Simpson is dead doesn't mean he still can't make headlines. And if anyone can resurrect an unconvicted murderer, it's Kim Kardashian. The socialite has made a $15,000 offer to purchase her own late father, Robert Kardashian's inscribed Bible from Simpson's estate. And by inscribed, I mean anytime the name Jesus was found, it was scratched out and replaced with juice. I don't know if that's just the best idea in the world. Well, you knew it was inevitable. France is demanding back the Statue of Liberty, claiming America doesn't deserve it because we are no longer living up to what the sculpture represents. And in an attempt to stay consistent with their message, France will also be asking back for their BO and Nazis controlling their government. I don't know if you want that back. Well, after a violent weekend of storms ripped through the country, one story of survival has lifted spirits. 13 people were rescued from a Villa Ridge, Missouri Burger King after the fast food establishment was left largely undamaged while being surrounded by other buildings that were leveled to the ground. This is just another example of how God loves Americans. Yeah, I'd say so. Well, society may be breaking down in Antarctica as scientists have accused one member of assaulting one person and threatening to kill another on the research team. Authorities have been contacted, but the team of scientists say they feel trapped as it takes over 15 days to reach the remote snow base. This is just another example of how great an idea of going to Mars is. I mean, it's the same thing. Isn't it easier to go to Mars than stay on the same planet? Well, a terrifying moment was caught on video after a human cannonball stunt didn't quite hit the mark after the stuntman hit the net only to bounce off and land on the pavement. Fortunately, Chachi Valencia, aka the Rocket Man Valencia, was not critically injured and was not even actually a stuntman, but an officer in the Department of Homeland Security who was demonstrating the newest process of deporting criminal illegal aliens. I don't know who wrote that one. And now we're excited to release our first segment of Sure. Well, leading off the segment is the story of a man who got dumped by his girlfriend after claiming he got chlamydia from a bird feeder. Sure. Also, at the CNN network, news anchor Don Lemon has accused several women at the network of sexual harassment. Sure. Well, Lemon is also calling out his former male coworkers of sexual harassment. Sure. That's actually pretty believable. And this has been our first installment of Sure. Well, while we all know it's good practice to double check our group text messages, there is one government employee who didn't get the memo. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz accidentally added Jeffrey Goldberg, the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic magazine, to a text chain that included upcoming plans for the military strikes on Houthi rebels in Yemen. This faux pas closely resembles the 2019 scandal, where this note from President Trump meant for then Vice President Pence accidentally got forwarded to the North Korean press. Quote, Mike, did you see me staring at Un's girlfriend? Hope he doesn't launch. Ha ha. We might though. LOL. Bomb emoji. But you didn't hear anything about it. That's what's interesting. Well, Congressman Jasmine Crockett is under fire after calling Texas Governor Greg Abbott, quote, government Hot Wheels and a, quote, hot ass mess at a human rights campaign event in L.A. over the weekend. After further investigation, this was not Crockett, but actually the first recorded post-election appearance of former President Joe Biden after he started identifying as a black woman. He pulled it off. Fooled me. Well, Hyperion Aerospace has unveiled their proposed hypersonic plane that could reach up to 7,600 miles an hour. If successful, the plane could perform flyovers for every single Saturday college football game on the same day. Be efficient. Well, Jamie Raskin, ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, has lost the do-rag and is now douchier than ever after he demanded President Trump to fly back the dozens of violent Venezuelan gang members that were sent to the notorious El Salvadorian prison. Later in the hearing, Raskin also demanded that Trump bring back polio and COVID-19. Doesn't sound popular. And finally, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, a key figure in the tariff policy of the White House, has reportedly become so unpredictable due to his off-the-cuff remarks about a recession that would be, quote, worth it, and calling for the public to buy Tesla stock. One insider allegedly leaked that the sentiment in the White House is so uneasy that it is, quote, like being a mosquito at a nudist colony. Where do you even start? End quote. Well, if it's in an American nudist colony, you can always start with the rolls. And that's all from us here at Eventually Late. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And as always, thanks for joining us.